Welcome back, friends. My name is Stephen Lanham and you are in my office renovation. It involved me consolidating my production area, which is going to be out the front, and this area here is going to be my desk / creative workspace. In terms of what happens next, so I have done a couple of things while you were sleeping. I cleaned up the floor. I took up the carpet strips. They were sort of nailed into the concrete, so that was a bit of a challenge actually. And I cleaned the floor, so the floor is nice and clean. It's actually nice having no floor covering, so I don't need to worry about any getting crap on the floor, paint or whatever. In most of the videos, what I try and do is focus on one area, but this one is one of those ones where two things are going to collide, and that's preparing the wall covering, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to be putting drywall up to cover up this awful wall paneling, and then also the electrical. So those are sort of two tasks that are going to work together. They'll break off separately, but at this planning part, I need to accommodate my electrical into where my drywall is going to go. So that's what I'm going to do now.
To help me plan, I numbered the walls. Wall 1 is the short wall, number 2 is the large wall, and this is the wall my desk will be facing. I had to measure first and decide on where to put things. Because these walls are going to be covered, I was able to write on the walls and not get told off. I used painter's tape to visualize the locations of shelves and other things in the office. I'm going to hang a TV on wall 1. The electrician added this outlet box behind the TV. I'm going to install a recessed outlet here. I asked the electrician to put a pull wire in here which goes up the wall to the ceiling. I'll be able to pull up this HDMI cable and this Ethernet cable, which will connect to my computer. Nothing special on wall 2, it already had an outlet, I just need to put an extender on it. This main wall had 2 outlets which I had removed, and then I just asked them to put one new one in the middle. All of the outlets will be on a separate 15 amp circuit.
So about 50% of this office space, this back office, is this wall paneling. When I first moved in, I moved in about 9 years ago. I think it's 7 in my intro, but it's actually been 9. I got a really good arrangement with the landlord because it was kind of not broken down. It needed a lot of TLC. And he said to me, I'll give you this good rate if you have it as is. So I jumped at the opportunity and I threw paint on here very, very quickly. And I'm embarrassed to admit it that I did such a terrible job. I actually painted over tape and I painted over staples. I don't know why. When I look back, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't take them out, but I left them and I painted them up. So I'm coming back, redemption. This is my redemption tour. So I'm figuring I'm just going to put drywall. I'm just going to put a 1/2 inch sheet of drywall here, but I've got to do it everywhere. So it's actually turning into a big job where I think I've got to order about 9 sheets. So in terms of putting up drywall, putting up drywall is the easy part. Drywall is my nemesis. As much as I think I can do everything or anything to some good level of skill, drywall is one of those things where I've tackled it throughout the years. I've always struggled. I've watched a ton of videos. So I'm actually going to try and design the seams, because that's the mudding is the issue, to be hidden by some things in my design, which I'll get to. I won't sort of launch those yet, but I'm trying to be more creative in the way that I have seams that are going to be covered up with things, but we'll get to that.
Aside from the outdated appearance of wall paneling, one of the main reasons to use drywall is to increase the level of soundproofing. That's because on the other side of this wall is a bathroom. Half of this wall has wall paneling and the other half is drywall, so the walls aren't level. The difference is almost 1/2 inch. I had to remove the trim between the 2 wall coverings. It was plastic. Before I could put up the new drywall, I had to add furring pieces to the side. I knew they're supposed to be long strips, but this was all I could find. I attached the pieces to where the studs are behind the wall. I used a laser level to make sure everything was level. I also added a single horizontal line of where the seams will meet of the drywall. So next step, drywall.